Good morning, dear friends and fellow seekers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Coffee with the Council. April 22nd, Tuesday, April 22nd. Guys, we've been at this for 20 days total. That's amazing. Hello, good morning, Jack. Good afternoon, good evening to you. Hi, Carrie. How are you, sweetheart? Hi, Christine. Good morning, good morning. Who else is here today? If you're brand new, please do say hi. We love greeting what we call firsties. We love saying hello to you. Say hi. Tell us where you're from. What is everybody drinking for their beverage right now? I am drinking water, as always, and trying to wake up. Very sleepyhead today. Excellent, beautiful day today. Last sip of coffee. It's always this, almost always the last sip of coffee for Carrie at this time. Hey, April May. Your firstie. Welcome, April May. Say hello to everybody. Where are you from, April May? What a beautiful name, April May. Is that your real name, or are you just, is it just the month thing? If it is your real name, it's still pretty sweet. Licorice tea. Oh, I think that's a first for us. Maybe not for you, Christine, but I haven't heard anyone say licorice tea. That actually sounds quite yummy. April May, welcome aboard. Welcome to the fold. We are very glad to have you here. Is anyone else a firstie, a first timer to me, any of my lives? My laptop fan is acting up today. So I practiced what the council taught us yesterday. I just sort of said hello to it. Hello, yes, I see you. I acknowledge that you are spinning loudly. Hello. The show must go on. That is your real name, April May. Oh, I love it. I'm in the woods of Massachusetts with a mug of tea. Wow, that sounds absolutely precious. I love that for you. Both the woods of Massachusetts and a mug of tea. I had several of my family lived in Worcester for several years, so I have a soft spot in my heart for Massachusetts. Yeah, Carrie lives in Massachusetts too. That's so cool. Welcome, welcome. Anybody else new, brand new to me, a firstie? Welcome to Coffee with the Council. You're not far from Worcester, yay. All right, Carrie's in Southern Maine. You're not in Massachusetts. Duh. I should know that from your email address. So if you're brand new to us, welcome. Coffee with the Council is very special. The Council of Seven is this beautiful group that I've been channeling for just about a year now. They actually came to me last year, 5 days from now. So April 27th, I think it was. And they hinted that they were on the way back in last January. They're very loving, fun, kind-hearted, and very wise. A collective of different beings from all over the place, angelic realms, other civilizations, timelines, parallel realities. Some have been human before, some are pure energy beings. They do not identify individually to me. I don't know any one of them individually, but they are, as they have said, multitudes. The seven is not actually seven distinct beings, but seven distinct energies that they represent, that they have come to share with us, that are apparently vital to our spiritual growth and our spiritual evolution here on the planet Earth. The first of which is love, which is one of my favorite topics. So they have been speaking to us this month through these Coffee with the Council sessions about a concept that they call Is-ness. So we've been learning quite a lot about Is-ness, the different aspects of Is-ness, the different other concepts that relate to it. And I believe that today is a continuation of sorts of yesterday. Yesterday they were talking about how when you're in a state of Is-ness, or Is-ness itself says yes to everything from a place of allowing. So that was we had really deep conversation yesterday, which was quite wonderful. Melanie, hey, my dear friend and fellow teacher, Melanie Underwood. Please go check her out. She's awesome. She does mindful cooking, conscious cooking and mindful baking. I forget how you compare the two. She does both, whether you call it mindful cooking and conscious baking or whatnot. She's lovely. She also does these amazing sound baths. If you're on the East Coast and you're looking for, she does them at night, I think around 9 p.m. ish. mindful cooking and intuitive baking. It's all beautiful. Hello, dear Anna. Good to see you. Oh my God, haven't seen Anna in ages. How are you? So nice to be here. April May knows Melanie. There you go. You're teaching in a few as well? Fantastic. We haven't gotten to the message yet, but yes, if you are interested in learning how cooking can help your spiritual growth or baking, please check out Melanie Underwood. What a unique approach. And I find her live streams to be some of the most incredibly soothing, because just watching her cook and hearing her explain, even though I may not be trying the recipe myself, is just lovely. And of course, she has a big, beautiful heart, and that we always honor here in my lives. Yes, thanks for popping in, Melanie. It's always nice to see you, sweetheart. And thanks for the sound bath the other morning. Cool. So, anybody else want to say hi as a firstie? I didn't quite finish introducing myself because I got excited to see my friend Melanie Underwood. But my name is Greg Phillips. I'm a way shower and a channel, and my purpose on the planet right now is to guide you into the depths of your heart so you can experience meaningful transformation. And I do that through a variety of different skills and whatnot that I have, like energy reading, intuitive guidance, channeled messages, something that we call sacred energy journeys, which are like a guided meditation, but we literally energetically journey. They're incredibly powerful, and lately the journeys have been getting even more and more powerful. And then like I said, channeled messages, and that's what we're doing today. We're actually going to be hearing from the council and more about this topic of Is-ness today. A lovely group of people as well. You're right, Carrie. I agree. Alrighty. So, I think we'll get into it. Let's hear what they have to say. Thank you for being here. I love having people here otherwise I'm just talking to the council myself. It's a very important aspect of channeling to have people who are also seeking and seeking and listening and asking. For that is why, in my belief system, that truly any channeled being or group comes through somebody in service of the collective, in service of the community. So your presence here is absolutely vital and so deeply appreciated. Good morning, Linda. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Very cool. Oh, it sounds like my fan is settling in. Oh, laptop fan. You sound like you're feeling better. Hello, I see you. All right, let's check in with the council. Enjoy the ride, my friends, and I will see you on the other side. Oh, I'm more of a conscious channel than a trance channel. So I'm still very much present while the council is coming through, but I do sort of end up in I don't know, I get to hang out with them sort of is the best way to describe it. Hang out with them in their at their level of vibration and their level of frequency, which is truly quite fun. So let's see. Dear guides, council 7, please open me. Receive today. Thank you. And we love you. Hello and greetings, dear friends. We greet you from the energetic realms, where we worship, celebrate, and honor every single morsel of food you eat, every single bit of wind that passes by your face and brushes your cheek, every little bit of rainfall that falls upon you, every single experience you have, whether it is joyful or disappointing, filled with love or filled with sadness. For each and every single experience on planet Earth benefits the whole and benefits the collective and increases the expansion and evolution of all who are in connection with all of you. We love visiting with you today. We so appreciate your continued interest in what we have come to share with you through our beloved channel, Greg, and we appreciate all of your curiosities, questions, concerns, and anything you may be feeling or thinking right at this moment. As many of you know, we have been speaking about Is-ness. Yesterday, we spoke about how Is-ness says yes to all things from a place of allowing. Again, we reiterate this particular message because that yes does not mean agreement. That yes means acknowledgement. And in doing so, we would like to explain a little bit further about why we have been talking about Is-ness. Why is Is-ness such an important topic and concept right now? And indeed, Is-ness itself, as many of you have probably noted over the last few weeks, Is-ness itself is not something that is easily grokked by your physical three-dimension mind there that lives in your brain, so to speak. It is indeed not the easiest or cleanest concept to grasp mentally or intellectually, if you will. Is-ness is something that you must understand on a heart level. It is something that you can only truly experience in order to fully know and comprehend it. And why is this so important as a topic? Well, let us just say that talking about Is-ness as a unique concept for many individuals is a far easier and a softer approach to talking about what we ultimately wish to speak with you about. And this will not occur quite yet, but what that is love. And so the reason that we are speaking about Is-ness is because, strictly speaking, humans on your planet Earth at this time that you are existing, at this time that you have come to exist together and gather together in this community, you in general, all those who are collected here today, there is no built-in, predisposed story or misinterpretations or pre-assigned meanings or definitions to a concept such as Is-ness. However, when it comes to love, humans stumble and struggle very deeply with the concept of love. And that is because of how shall we explain this? This is because love itself has a series of evolutionary stages for humanity, if you will. We have spoken of this before. If you are interested in hearing more, we encourage you to listen to the Journey Through Love track that our dear beloved channel Greg has on your beloved app. This indeed introduces the concept which we gave to them early last year, which is the three facets of love. Love as a feeling, love as a force, and love as a field. Now, how this relates with Is-ness and love, you cannot truly comprehend and understand and indeed know on the deepest knowing levels what it means for love to be a field until you begin to understand the concept of Is-ness, until you actually begin to understand and experience the experience of Is-ness. And when you are knowing Is-ness, then you actually are beginning to know love as a field. Prior to the third facet of love as a field, that is the third evolutionary step of love in the evolution of love in humanity, most humans live their lives from the love is a feeling standpoint. And while that it can be a very beautiful and amazing feeling for many individuals on your planet, it is also the source of great suffering, disappointment, discouragement, anger, fear, jealousy, many other different vibrations. These are not in alignment with love as a field. So love itself, when you are living and understanding love as simply a feeling, when that is the perspective of love that you have, it is very easy for the mind to create a variety of stories around it. It's very easy for the mind to dislike love or disapprove of love or find love empty or wanting in their life based on previous experiences or observations they have made of other individuals, it is very easy to create many different stories about love as a feeling. But this is not truly what love is. This is merely the first facet. And then as you begin to tap into choosing more regularly to, for example, see life through the eyes of love, or to see a particular project or an activity that you're doing through the eyes of love, or to, for example, play the moments of joy game that we have offered to you many times, these are all helping you make a connection with the second facet of love, which is love as a force. And that is when you are actually allowing love to flow through you, where you are a conduit and a channel for love. Now, this is a much higher step than love as a feeling, for it is not concerned with how you are holding on to love. It is concerned with how you are moving with it, with how you are letting it flow, with how you are perhaps giving it, etc., etc. And then when you evolve or expand, really is what it is, beyond the second facet and move into the third facet, where love is a field, this is where you actually begin to experience what you have heard from many different sources and teachers across time and space, and that is that you are love. It is difficult to understand the concept that you are love, that you are one with the field, that you are part of love and part of the universe. And so we speak to you of late about is-ness, because it's much easier, even though it is also a challenging topic in certain ways for the mind, but on the heart's level, you know exactly what is-ness is. You look at something that you are pleased with, and it just is. You look at something that you are displeased with or disappointed by, or something you have a story around, and when you have meditated for a while or pursued other spiritual practices and you have found a centered place in yourself, even if you initially react negatively or disappointedly or of a lower vibration to something that is occurring that is unwanted, you will eventually find your center point again, and you will simply acknowledge that's just what is. And so the practice of acknowledging the is-ness of things is absolutely essential for seeing yourself and everything else as being in the field of love. And so, speaking of is-ness is just a simpler, softer approach, if you will. We hope that this explanation provides some additional context and possibly some inspiration for you for understanding the concept of is-ness, and not, again, we say, from a mental or intellectual perspective, but indeed from your very own heart of hearts. For the mind itself is designed to live in the physical 3D reality. It does not extend beyondwards. It can perceive that which is not seen, but it can only do so in partnership with the heart, in partnership with the divine. And the heart truly is your portal to all things unseen, to all realms unvisited, to all vibrations and frequencies higher than the one that your body actually lives in. And is-ness is indeed one possible perspective or one possible path through this evolutionary process. Indeed, for when you sit in a centered place, acknowledging the is-ness of all things, oh, hello, life situation that I do not approve of. Yes, I see you. I acknowledge you. Yes, there you are. You are indeed there. I may not like it. I may not approve of it. I may not enjoy it. I may not even want it. But you are there. I cannot deny that you are there, that you exist in this very moment. And again, as we were encouraging everyone yesterday, do your best, dearest ones, to not push against or rail against what is, for it would not be in is-ness, it would not be in existence if it were not here for a reason. And we agree with Greg that there are no lessons or tests in life. There are simply opportunities to change one's thinking, to change one's perception. And we will always encourage you to look for the highest and best outcome, to look for the most beneficial outcome, even if you can't readily notice one in the moment. And we are not saying simply gloss over something and say, oh, I'm grateful, blah, 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 but actually look at the is-ness of what you are experiencing. Acknowledge it by saying you have a right to exist even if I disapprove. You are clearly here because you are clearly happening. So you are happening for a reason. And I will not overthink what that reason is, but I will keep my heart open to there being a positive reason, a positive, a beneficial outcome for me and everyone involved in this situation. And we understand, dear friends, how truly challenging that can be in the face of certain things. But when you are living in is-ness, not was-ness, and not yetness, it is much easier to find a sense of calm, to find a sense of peace, to find a sense of serenity around what is. Regardless of whether the what is a physical pain or a physical malady, a mental challenge, an emotional or psychological challenge, whether it is an individual who is rubbing you the wrong way, wink wink as we say, it does not matter what the situation in life is, for it would not be ising if it did not need to is, if it will. Not that it's a need, we shall say that differently. It would not be as it is in this very moment if it did not actually need. There we said it again. Well, I guess there is a need. We are struggling with the words right now, and we apologize. Translation can often be choppy for certain energetic concepts. We ask you and invite you to close your eyes, and we will convey this energetically to you instead of attempting to use phrases. Yes, there we go. This worked a little bit better, we think. We hope that you got the message, quote unquote. Now, we believe that we have said enough for today and given you much to chew on, and we actually shared a lot more than we thought we would, and this is always a joy and a pleasure, because the reason that that type of situation occurs when we are sharing a message with you is because of your open hearts and your open minds. For we do not come in predisposed with a certain set of information to share. We come in accessing the information that is needed and necessary to come through in this moment based on where you are at. We are as much a channel as our dear beloved Greg is. We live in an existence or a state of is-ness, if you will, in the energetic realms in which we know that we will know what we need to know when we need to know it. Therefore, we are not an infinite library of information, and nor do you need to be. So we will leave you with that wonderful phrase as we wrap up today. You know what you know that you will know what you need to know when you need to know it. When you can truly know this, not just think it, then you will allow synchronicity to flow through you in such beautiful and magical ways that you will indeed have your socks knocked off. Our dear friends, we love you. We celebrate every single aspect of you in your life today. We wish you the bestest of days, and we will bid you adieu until tomorrow. Thank you for being here. I got all turned around again. Hello, my friends. I'm back. How was that? Hi, Jenny. There's my dearest friend, Jenny. Gemini Jenny. Say hi to my little buddy, Gavin. Oh, boy. What was that like? Wow. Hey, Faz. Good to see you. A brief summary. The council was, well, you might want to watch it when I put the replay up later. The council was talking about how teaching about Is-ness is relating to teaching about love, basically. Texas, beautiful message. And Carrie said that was a beautiful explanation. I felt a sort of an exciting, rambling kind of an energy. So I think that they were really excited to share this with you guys today. It probably wasn't very rambly, but that's kind of how I felt. And I think that's maybe why some of the words or the concepts stumbled from a word standpoint. It was very, yeah, it was whatever. Catherine's saying, I got that need isn't exactly the right word. Yes, but to me, a situation we don't wish to have is there just the way all of space is. Not that it needs to be there, but it just is sort of. Yeah, I think part of what they were saying was, if something is, then it is supposed to be ising. It is supposed to exist. In other words, it would not exist if it wasn't supposed to be there. So it's really, it's a bit of a paradigm in certain ways. The energy was awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah. Catherine, you're agreeing with that? Yeah. So honestly, the best way to say it, which does not always bring the most clarity, is if something exists, it just is. And the more that we can say yes to that. I loved how they went into the three facets of love. I did not expect them to necessarily speak of that, but I love how they did give you guys a better glimpse at the actual evolution for us of love as a human experience, right? And moving from love as a feeling into love as a force and into love as a field is, I believe, is truly our destiny. For when we're living in Is-ness and we're living in love as a field, right? And that's when we know that we are love, that everyone is love, that everything is love, because everything exists in the field. And from there, we can then move on and start to talk about and understand their second energy that they represent, which is unity. And for them, they spoke about this back in February on believe it or not, on Valentine's Day, the day, quote unquote, to celebrate love. They were talking about the next energy of unity. And they were talking about when it comes to unity, they don't speak of unity from a sense of agreeing. Again, there's that thing about it's not from agreement. The way they talk about unity is tapping into the connection to all things, right? And so I can see that Is-ness is a vehicle or a path to understanding that, because the more we can practice, like, bad medical test, or not bad, but unwanted medical test results. Yes, I see you, I acknowledge you. Pain in the body. Yes, I see you, I acknowledge you. Displeasure at the pain in the body, disappointment and waking up with it. Yes, I see you, disappointment. Yet the more we can just be in the Is-ness, acknowledging the Is-ness, accepting, allowing the Is-ness, then I think that helps calibrate our mind to be able to have a more expansive view and perception and really connection with all that is. Ising. Ising. Yes, Jack. It's a wonderful way of being, just ising. Catherine says, yes, the energetic transfer was so cool. Oh, lovely. And it reminded me that we as humans are doing that all the time. Some friends we feel so good around, and other people give us the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, because we are perceiving energy all the time. Absolutely agree with you, Catherine. Carrie says, it is what it is, and to be able to do that truly helps us. Yeah, and again, I just don't know, I don't want to, I guess it's just, yeah, this is how it is. It just keeps coming through that when we're acknowledging what is, we're not doing it from a place of agreement. We don't have to agree with everything in life. That is a human concept, that we need to agree on everything. You don't need to agree with anything. Think about your romantic relationships. Think about your parental and familial relationships. Think about your work relationships. You don't agree on everything, but you have the best communication when you acknowledge their perspective, when you acknowledge their point of view, when you acknowledge how they're feeling, when you acknowledge where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't understand it, even if you don't fully respect it, you always have the capacity to acknowledge that it is. And that goes a long way towards any communication, doesn't it? It's right to exist. It's just like accepting our right to exist. We're here. We exist. We are. We is. We is. We is right now. And for the very fact that we is means that we have a right to be here. We have a right to our voice. We have a right to our perspectives. We have a right to our feelings. Why? Not because somebody created a law saying we do, not because some human acknowledged us or through an authority position acknowledged us, but because we're acknowledging our own existence, our own isness. I am, I is, and therefore I am worthy. I is, and therefore I am worthy. Yeah, you can't undo your existence, Carrie says. In fact, non-existence isn't possible, because that would defy the very essence of existence. Bashar talks about that sometimes. It's quite funny. Anyways, good stuff this morning. Very, very beautiful. Welcome to anybody who came in partway through the message. We hope that you got something that you needed today, or got something that just filled you or touched you or inspired you. We hope that it is that you have found great value from our session today. And by all, I mean me and the council and everybody else who's here, all of our regulars. Right, it's a law of the universe. Indeed, Carrie. Tomorrow we're going to do Coffee with the Council Q&A. So that will be your opportunity to ask any questions about what we've been talking about the last few weeks or in the last few days. These will not be personal reading questions, but it'll be questions about is-ness, or even the concepts that we talked about today, the 3 facets of love. And we'll get to have questions then, Q&A about those things. And that's been kind of the Wednesday theme. And then we'll continue the rest of the weekdays. And it's hard to believe, but this current Coffee with the Council ends next Wednesday. It's only a week left. This will continue in May. I'm still working and figuring out the schedule for this. I actually woke up in the middle of the night excited by some things that came through yesterday, ideas and discussions and whatnot, but then also new ideas. And I think that what we're going to do in May is we'll continue Coffee with the Council, but I think what I'm going to do is change the time to 1 p.m. Mountain. I haven't decided on this, but let me know what you guys think about this, if it'll work for you. To change it to 1 p.m. Mountain. So if you have trouble with time zone math, if you're on the East Coast, that would make it 3 p.m. If you're California, that would make it noon. Central time would be 2. I don't know what it would be in the UK and whatnot. Anyways, I want to make it at 1 p.m. and then do what I'm calling Coffee with the Council reprise. I have to see if Insight Timer will allow me to do this, but what I would like to do, since I record all my lives, I want to actually play, like we can get together and then play back part of the replay, the message part of all of the lives that we've done here in April. So we it's like a study group. We can revisit and reprise all of these messages that have come through in April. And that'll also give, 3 p.m. for you on the East Coast. And then that will actually give people an opportunity to spend time with us who haven't been able to come because of the morning time. That'd be great for you, Sherry. You have conflicts with the morning time a lot. Oh, okay. What do other people think about that if I move to 1 p.m. Central and then we simply do replays of April so that we can dig deeper on it, right? Tell me what you think about that before I... Sounds cool. Time is fine for Linda. Okay, Linda, where are you? You're UK, right? Oh no, you're upstate New York. That's right. Beautiful upstate New York. Oh, you're welcome, April. We love to warmly welcome our firsties and our new friends we have just met. Jack likes it. Fab idea. Hi, Nancy. 3 p.m. EST is great. Good here for Christine, too. Christine, where are you? Doesn't say on your picture. What about Catherine with a K? Where are you from, dear? I mean, anybody. I mean, it'll work for everybody. Oh, you're in California, so that'd be even a little later for you. That's nice. Doo-doo. Arizona! Mountain time. Oh, no. You're going to be Pacific time now, aren't you? Yeah, something like that. Aisha, my air purifier exists. I don't agree or disagree with it. It just is. Yes, indeed. My air purifier exists. My loud laptop fan is just ising right now. It, for some reason, wants to with a loudness, a particularly extra loudness. I acknowledge you. I know you'll calm down at some point. It will. Probably when I go to my work meeting in an hour. Anyways, my friends, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. If you have really enjoyed this and have not yet followed me, I invite you and warmly welcome you to do so. We also have 2 beautiful groups on Insight Timer. One is called Our Happy Little Bubble. That's just my general group for all things what I'm doing in Insight Timer. And then we have a group specifically for these Coffee with the Council sessions, and it's called Coffee with the Council. That group is just for you guys. It's not for me to share stuff. That's for you guys to share with each other anything you're learning or anything you're experiencing or going through while we are learning from the council in these coffee sessions. You're welcome, Carrie, and they thank you as well. What else? Oh, and if you're the type of person who likes to connect off of Insight Timer, please do go to my teacher profile, the About page, and check out my teacher's link. There are other beautiful and fun things that I have available and I'm doing off of Insight Timer. I am very excited about a new project that is just started, and I can't share more about it. Oh, now I'm being a tease. I'm so sorry. Jack, you still there? Thanks, Carrie. Jack, you're there. Is it okay if I share what we talked about yesterday? Okay, cool. So Jack approached me through email last week and wanted to talk about she has this deep heartfelt desire to transcribe all of the Coffee with the Council sessions. So she's begun to go through all of the videos that I've put up on YouTube that are part of the Coffee with the Council and begun to transcribe those for us, which means that what the council's been teaching us about this month is at some point going to be in written form, which I know many of the students of my lives have been curious about if I'll ever write something or what it would be like to have like a book or something. So we are going with the flow on this, and Jack is doing it very much from a deep meditative place. She actually shared with me how she lost track of time while she was doing it. She was very much in the zone. So this is a beautiful gesture and project for her, gesture from her and project from her. So thank you so much, Jack, for that service to the community. We do not know what form it will take right now. She is simply just doing the transcription, and then we're going to discuss it. But we both sort of are kind of geeked out about the idea of a coffee table book, something you can just grab and dip into, instead of, something you have to sit and read through pages for hours. So yeah, and this is also just for her own project for learning, which I just love that. It's super cool. So, and she says, it hits so deeply to read the words alongside listening to the message. Yes, many thanks, Linda says, to Greg and the council and to Jack. Very cool. Christine says amazing. Carrie says yay. Thank you, Jack. All right. Anyways, I gotta go. I love you guys dearly. I'm gonna send you off into your days. Have a beautiful, beloved day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of our amazing little community. And it just continues to grow. If I'm not mistaken, we may have passed 900 today in terms of followers. So that is super awesome. We look forward to spreading the words of the council, as well as beautiful, energetic journeys. I think we might be up for a journey again soon. Oh yes, I'm going to be adding a new live stream in the afternoons, my time. I think that's going to be Wednesdays. This week it might be a Thursday, but it's called Spiritual Snacks for Soulful Seekers. That title was inspired by my dear friend Gemini Jenny. So, keep a lookout for that. Make sure you turn notifications on in the app if you want to get notified of when I have new lives coming up. All right, I will send you off, my dearest friends. Take good care of your hearts and have a great day. Love.